Thank you for joining us today as we are excited to tell you what the Greater New York Chapter's Breathe Team is all about and the opportunities it presents for you to support the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation while breaking a sweat. Today you will hear from 3 of our Greater New York Chapter staff members that each work on a piece of this program. Michael Buscemi, Associate Executive Director, Josh Bradley, Senior Development Manager, and myself, Carrie Powell, Administrative Manager. Please feel free to type your questions into the chat and we will answer them at the conclusion of the presentation. We want to give a special shout out to our very first Breathe Team sponsor, CF Nutritional Support. CF Nutritional Support is a patient-centric company focused on helping CF fighters better access the vitamins, probiotics, and supplements they need to best achieve their nutritional goals. Thank you, James Colligan, for your ongoing support of the CF Foundation and your dedication to making CF stand for Cure Found.
The mission of the Breathe Team is to encourage supporters of the CF community to participate in endurance events across the country. Athletes can use their participation to raise awareness and the necessary funds to cure cystic fibrosis and to provide all people with the disease the opportunity to lead full and productive lives.
There are many ways to get involved and become a member of the Breathe Team. First and foremost, the Greater New York Chapter has become an official charity partner in a variety of events. This means that by joining the Breathe Team, you will receive guaranteed access into the event without having to qualify or enter the lottery. These events include
the United Airlines NYC Half. In this event, you can run 13.1 miles through the streets of New York City. The event will be held on Sunday, March 20th. The fundraising minimum for this event is $2,000 per runner. If you would like more information, please contact Carrie Powell as soon as possible, as we only have 1 spot left and the registration deadline is quickly approaching.
Next up is the Brooklyn Full and Half Marathon presented by NYC Runs. Runners can choose to do either the 13.1-mile half marathon or the full 26.2 miles. This iconic new route starts in northern Brooklyn and winds around the waterfront, taking you under the historic Williamsburg, Manhattan, and Brooklyn bridges while delivering eye-popping views of Manhattan. From there, the route heads up the grand concourses of Fulton Street and Flatbush Avenue before passing through Grand Army Plaza and into historic Brownstone, Brooklyn. This event will be held on Sunday, April 24th. The fundraising minimum for the half is $1,000 per runner and the full is $2,000 per runner. To learn more about getting involved on this year's brand new Brooklyn Breathe Team, contact Mike Buscemi.
Not a runner? Well, we have the Big Apple event that's meant for 2 wheels. Take on the city streets by joining the Breathe Team for the TD5 Borough Bike Tour. Cyclists of all skill levels will come from around the world to roll through every borough of New York City on streets totally free of cars, taxicabs, and pedestrians. For one day, the roads are yours, the bridges are yours, the city is yours. There is no better way to experience New York City. The event will be held on Sunday, May 1st, and the fundraising minimum is $750 per cyclist. For more information, please reach out to Josh Bradley.
And lastly, our biggest and most exciting event, our flagship race that started it all over 7 years ago, the TCS New York City Marathon. Over the past 50 years, the New York City Marathon has grown from a local road race held entirely in Central Park to the world's largest and most notable marathon. The Breathe Team started when we had just 5 charity bibs to give to runners willing to fundraise for the CF Foundation. Today, we are a silver-level charity partner and have at least 50 runners participating annually, raising hundreds of thousands of dollars towards our shared mission.
helping to make CF stunts pure fun.
As a silver level charity partner, the CF Foundation, as well as our team members, receive several benefits, including premier placement on the New York Roadrunners website, access to exclusive running gear from New Balance, a team bus to take our runners from Central Park to the start line on Staten Island, and a tent in Charity Village as you wait for your wave start time. This year's marathon will be held on Sunday, November 6th, and the fundraising minimum is $4,000 per runner. For more information, please contact Mike Buscemi.
As a member of the Breathe team and joining us for any event in 2022, you will receive a number of special benefits. Entry into the event of your choice, a personalized fundraising webpage to solicit and collect donations, a Breathe team shirt to wear as you run or ride, and the opportunity to qualify for an exclusive Breathe Team Spirit Pack. All Breathe Team participants that raise $1,000 over their fundraising minimum will receive an exclusive collection of Breathe Team apparel and gifts that includes a branded scarf, drawstring backpack, luggage tag, long sleeve shirt, and the choice of a short sleeve or tank top.
The 4 events we mentioned earlier are already in motion and well established by organizations other than our own. But this is not the only way you can join the Breathe team. The Breathe team is more than just running and riding. We encourage all athletes across our region to participate in events in their own cities and towns and use that participation to raise funds for the CF Foundation. The Breathe team encourages participation in 5Ks, 10Ks, rock climbing, swimming, triathlons, hiking, and any other extreme sport you can think of. Just find an event that interests you or come up with your own. If you would like to talk or need help, we are happy to listen, share ideas, and support your athletic ambitions however we can.
Here's an example. Let's say Susie likes to run, but she's not sure that she can complete a full or a half marathon. Instead, she wants to sign up for her local Turkey Trot 5K. She can reach out to us, join the Breathe team, register for the race on her own, and then contact us to set up a fundraising page. In addition, we would be happy to send her a Breathe team shirt to wear the day of the race. These runners would also be eligible for the Breathe Team Spirit Pack by raising a minimum of $1,000. For another amazing example with proven success, now let's hear from Megan as she shares her idea and CF story.
Hello, everyone. My name is Megan Barlow. I am 30 years old, living with CF, and I'm the creator of the 65 Roses race. I was diagnosed with CF at 5 years old, and I have always been very active. I am pretty sure that's what's kept me as healthy as I can. What I want to talk to you today is a little bit about our 65 Roses race, what it is, how you can get involved, and how you can really make it your own. I started this race back in the winter of 2020. Before then, I always really loved running, but I had only ever ran 2 races before. I ran a half marathon in 2015, and it was really difficult. With CF, I would run out of energy. I'd be coughing a ton, so it was really hard. But because I started Trikafta in December of 2019, in the winter of 2020, I was feeling better than ever. I was running further. I was running faster. But then COVID hit. So things got all shut down, and I heard about the first time that a race went virtual, and I participated in that. And afterwards, I was kind of like, why couldn't we have a virtual exclusive run? It takes the pressure off people. It allows them to kind of do their own thing, set their own goals for what they're comfortable with, and race without any pressure or judgment. I really wanted it to be all centered around the community and making sure we motivated each other. But this event was not only about the final run, it was also about logging miles throughout the time leading up to the race, which really allowed for more people to join. It's completely customizable for what you want to set your goals to, what you want your race distance to be, but also how you want to accomplish those miles. You know, we have people who run, walk, bike. We have people who are rowing. So whatever way people want to accomplish those miles and do their race, they're able to do that. So we have the general premise of 65 miles in 65 days. But I personally encourage people to really push themselves to what they truly want to accomplish. Now that I've talked a little bit about what this event is, I would love to talk a little bit about how you can get involved. We do have a race website on the Passion platform of CFF. /65 Roses race. The event starts on March 5th and it runs through May 8th, which is that 65-day total. Race weekend is May 6th through 8th. So we ask people to run their race anytime that's convenient for them through that weekend. We also are asking people to post on social throughout their journey and also on race weekend. This way we can be getting awareness for the event and then also feeling that kind of celebration at the end as we're seeing everybody accomplish their goals together. So I've also created a hashtag for the event, which is hashtag 65 Roses Race, and also asked people to tag me as well in the event, which is Meg Salty CF Life. The one last component to the event is that I have created these race tank tops that people are able to purchase directly through me for $25. The black one that you see here is for all racers, and the white and purple edition at the bottom is a special edition that people with CF are able to purchase if they are participating in our event. I would love if people would consider joining our event. We have some big goals for ourselves, and we've been really successful in the past. So we would love to get some new participants. And you can sign up at our website where you're able to register yourself or a friend or family member. You're able to donate. You're able to log your miles if that's something you want to do. And we also provide training resources there as well. So you can sign up or donate at passion.cff.org/65 Roses Race, or feel free to reach out to me on Instagram if you have any questions. But we're really excited to get this kicked off for the third year and see what people can get accomplished this year. So I hope you'll join, and good luck to my racers.
Thank you so much, Meg. Well, now that you have the basics, the endurance world is at your fingertips. If any of these options interest you, or if you have another idea, please reach out to us. Remember, this is just another outlet for you to do something that you enjoy, in addition to raising funds and awareness of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Until it's done.
So we are now live. Thank you everyone for sticking with us through that. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm seeing everybody come onto our video screens, which is fantastic. A couple of people I'd like to quickly introduce. In the bottom left on my screen, not sure where she's appearing on yours, is Carrie Powell. She works with us here in the Greater New York chapter and does a tremendous amount of work along with Cassie Bolo, who you don't see. She's actually our technical host right now. And our special guest for this evening is one of our 2022 Bree Team co-captains, Miss Leanne Bryan. She is a dedicated volunteer here at the foundation and one of our tomorrow's leaders. And I will let her sort of share a little bit about her story and her involvement in the chapter and the organization. So thank you, Leanne.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Carrie. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in for this late night learn event. I know 8 p.m. in the middle of your week could maybe be an extra effort. So thank you. We appreciate it. So quick introduction. Like Mike said, my name is Leanne Bryan. I have been involved with the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation for now, my family at least, probably the last 26 years. I have 3 little sisters, 2 of which have cystic fibrosis. My little sister, Lauren, who's 26, she's a nurse. She's an absolute rock star and my inspiration in so many ways. And then my littlest sister, Logan, is 13, also has CF and is equally, my inspiration and my why. I've run the New York City Marathon 5 times on behalf of cystic fibrosis, and have participated in many, many great strides events and everything in between. And then specific to New York, I sit in our signature events chair for the Tomorrow's Leaders organization, which is basically young professionals within the CFF group here.
So, Leanne, tell us, obviously, as we are hoping and fingers crossed, coming out of this very difficult time that we have all endured over the past 2+ years now. You obviously ran a number of times last year, sort of being in the midst of the pandemic. How did that feel for you on race day? Was it any different?
Whew. I will say, well, first and foremost, it had been a couple of years since my last marathon, given the pandemic. So it was hard. It was harder than I remember, but in all of the right ways. The New York City Marathon, for anybody who has witnessed it, whether in person or even online, is truly one of it's my favorite day to be a New Yorker by far. But it's the most connected, I think, I've ever felt, not only just to like humanity in so many ways. It's literally hundreds of thousands of people coming out to the streets to just support great causes and people pushing themselves for many in new ways that they've never done before. And then, of course, as it relates to CF, there is a moment in the last couple of miles, the 5th Avenue mile, right before you come back into Central Park, that for me is always can be one of the most challenging parts of the race. You're in your final stretch. It's a little bit uphill. Things are maybe hurting that you didn't realize. And for me, there is I think it's a Mount Sinai hospital right there that my little sister spent a few weeks in a couple of years ago. It was a really scary time for our family, and that's always just like the moment in the race for me that is like, couldn't be more powerful and couldn't connect closer back to like the why for getting out there.
Well, that is obviously a very special moment. And I know we didn't actually talk about this prior to our presentation tonight. So you queued it up perfectly, and you didn't even mean to. Every single year we host a cheer zone, and it's pretty much in that vicinity, 91st Street, 92nd Street, and 5th Avenue. It's about mile 21 into 22 again before you turn into the park, and then finish the last couple of miles in Central Park. So it's one of those fantastic things where, obviously as a runner, you may or may not be looking forward to getting to that exact moment where your loved ones may be. We've seen a number of people literally just almost collapse when they see their loved ones, because it's been very difficult. It's challenging. Again, you're 20+ miles into the race. And then we've seen other people literally give us a high five / wave, and they are just zooming right past us. And that's totally cool too. We'll try and get pictures of everybody as they're running past. But it's nice for us because obviously it serves a dual purpose for the runners to know where we are. And then obviously, for the family and friends, for everybody that's coming into New York City, even though for so many New Yorkers too, with the city being so crowded and just vibrant, they don't necessarily know a great place to go, and they want to make sure that they do see their loved one. It's obviously, you're amongst 55,000 people, so it's not too easy to pick out someone in a crowd like that, especially when you don't exactly know where they're going to be. So it's always nice to see, and we've gone, I don't even know how many times now, and it never ceases to amaze me. It's just, like you said, it's one of those amazing days for not only New Yorker, but, as a New Yorker, but for humanity in itself. And to see people, some of them struggling, other runners trying to, talk them through it and lift them up and physically hold some of them up. It's just, it's wild to see. So we're super excited about that. But as everybody saw Megan's presentation, Leanne, why don't you just touch base on a little bit about the other sort of half of the Breathe team as far as what you can do personally outside of marathons and some of the larger endurance components.
Absolutely. So first of all, I know the marathon, the big guy isn't necessarily in the cards for everyone, and might not even be something that everyone's even interested in. So I think it's so important to realize the Breathe team is so much more than the big races and even some of our big events. And there is a lot that if even watching any parts of that video and what Emily has pulled off, got your wheels turning in any way, whether it's, tennis that you're passionate about, whether it's a snow sport, right? I mean, for us in the Northeast, winter might still be here for a little while. If there is anything, I would say, like sports related that gets you going, there's certainly something that we could do as a Breathe team operation and as a Breathe team event. So let's talk about it. Anything, again, from tennis to gymnastics to you name it. I've seen a lot of creative stuff out there, especially over the last couple of years in a virtual world.
Yeah, and especially for those that have been, part of the CF Foundation, whether you have been to and or have been an attendee of the Great Strides program for years and years and years. So many of the teams, so many of the families, that come support that event, they host, they call them passion fundraisers, third-party events, whatever they may be. So, whether it's a swim meet that takes place, 3 months before the Great Strides Walk, there's an opportunity to sort of brand that event as a Breathe team event. And again, in the endurance space, which makes a little bit more sense, that would be paired up with an endurance sort of team entity versus a walk program. And we are happy to help you guys set that up in any way, shape, or form. We're happy to send banners to you guys. Again, the t-shirts, the branding, the support of not only the fundraising, but creating a website. There are some ideas and sort of tactics that we have with regards to posting on social media and different outlets to reach, and obviously sponsorship solicitations. So there is a host of support levels that we are happy to provide. And it's always fantastic to meet people from all over the country, like Kerry said, that have been part of this Breathe team. And even over the course of the world. I mean, I think at this point now in the 8 years it'll be that we've been a Breathe team here in Greater New York, we've had people run from like 13 different countries, which is just phenomenal. So, to Meg's point, creating this virtual opportunity in some endurance space, it's going to be interesting to see if we can reconnect with some of those folks that have come to the United States to take part in that and now are back home in South Africa and England and Ireland and Austria. I mean, we've had a tremendous amount of support all over the globe, which is fantastic. So, Kerry, do you have anything else that you'd like to touch on or add? And if not, if there's no other questions that are chatting in, I think we'll be good to go here.
I don't think so. I typed in the chat if you need to follow up with any of us after this call. I know in the video there was reach out to Josh, reach out to Kerry, but you could just email our greater-ny@cff.org and you'll get any of us. So if you have any thoughts or ideas or you'd like to sign up for something, you can find us there.
Absolutely. And Leanne, thank you again for your participation, for your support. Obviously, for not only your family, but everyone else's that's affected by this disease. We are not going to stop until it's done. And, this effort with the Breathe team has just provided us a tremendous platform to bring additional awareness and obviously funds raised that will help us, one day get to that cure. So thank you again. Thank you, everyone that jumped on the line again. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. We're happy to help you and hope everybody has a great night. Thanks.
Amazing. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Kerry. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.